DNA and Family Feuds. Okay, please welcome Angela. Now, backstage is her husband, Gary. Angela and Gary are raising 2 children together, but sadly, this couple is at war, and the casualty is going to be their children. You see, Angela admits she was with other men during their marriage, and she's hoping that Gary is proven not to be the father. Now, on the other hand, Gary wants to be the father, and if proven so, claims he will fight to get custody of their children. So listen to the battle these two are waging.
I am here to prove to my husband, Gary, he is not the father of my children, Xander and Verdi. I am almost positive Gary is not the father of my son, Xander, and I am 100% positive he is not the father of my daughter, Verdi. There were times in our marriage we would split up, and I did see other men.
At times, I question if the kids are mine, because Angela was sleeping around with other guys while we were married.
My son Xander doesn't look anything like Gary. He looks like another guy I slept with. And my daughter Verdi looks like she could be fathered by another man as well.
Angela and I do not have the best relationship. We argue all the time, and we don't agree on anything.
Gary even calls me names in front of my children. My son Xander copies him and calls me them names too.
Angela's always saying I'm not Xander and Verdi's father. I need to know if these are my children. If they are, I want sole custody of them, and I am divorcing Angela.
I honestly hope he's not the father of my children, so I can be done with him, his drama, and he can be out of my life for good.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Usually, Angela, people come on the show wanting to prove that the guy is the father, but you're...
I don't want him to be the father.
You don't? Why not?
Because he's done nothing for my son since I've had him.
Let's go back to the beginning. How long have you and Gary been together?
7.5 years.
And you've been stayed together that whole time, or on off?
On and off.
And what happened? You split up?
Yes.
And then you met another guy?
Yep.
And you think that's who your son's dad could be?
I left Gary for 3 weeks.
Right. So there's a question mark over here. Now, what about your daughter?
My daughter, I'm 100% is not my husband's.
How are you and Gary getting on at the moment?
We don't.
He calls you names like what?
Bitch, horse. My son even calls me a now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the kids are hearing all of this. Why are the two of you together? I don't understand.
It was a stupid move in my life.
What did your friends and family say about that?
That I was stupid.
And you didn't listen to them?
No.
Your sister Jessica's in the audience. Did you tell her not to get married?
I did.
Yeah. Why? What's going on in their relationship?
They just never got along from the get, and they argued back and forth, called each other names all the time. So I told her...
Right from the start?
Right from the start, and I told her it was a stupid move to begin with, and she still didn't listen to me.
Do you think they should be together?
No.
No way at all?
No.
Okay, so why aren't you divorced?
Because I don't have the money to get the divorce done yet.
Okay, and that's the only reason?
I am working at it.
So when's the last time you actually saw Gary? Because you two are living apart at the moment, aren't you?
Last time I seen Gary was yesterday.
Oh, you had to think that... It doesn't sound like you even like the guy.
I don't.
Nothing about him you like.
Can't stand him.
So what's wrong with him? Take me through it. What is wrong with him?
He's a drug addict. He drinks. He don't know how to treat people.
And he was like that right from the get-go?
No, he was on parole when I first got with him. He was clean.
But you're saying he slipped back into his old ways? Is he a good dad?
No.
Why not?
He don't do nothing for Xander.
And what about your daughter? Does he do anything for your daughter?
No.
So it's like you're a single mom?
Right, I'm a single mom.
All right, so how did he react? Did you actually tell him, hey, I don't think you're the father of these kids?
Yeah, he knows.
And he still wants to hang around and be with them?
When it's convenient for him to be dad.
What happens if the DNA test comes back and actually says he is the dad?
Well, then he needs to man up and be dad, then not when it's convenient for him.
But what you're hoping for, I gather, is that the
I'm
DNA...
hoping they're not.
And then you can just walk away from him and never see his face again. Well, I think it's time we meet Angela's husband, Gary, and hear his side of the story. So let's meet Gary.
All these accusations you're making are false. I want to get your kids.
You're a low-life father who don't want to do for your
church.
kids.
You won't let them.
That's because you threatened to take my kids, stupid ass.
You won't even let an education person come there and help them with
They
the ABCs, 1, 2, 3s.
Maybe you should have been around to be a dad instead of doing your damn drugs.
You wanted to bring another man into the house and sleep with
That's
them.
my house. If I thought you was not bringing 10 dudes up in my house,
you said I could come down there to establish myself to be in Xander's life.
You learned to pay my bills. That's when you say who's going to be coming up in my house.
Okay, have a seat, Gary. Have a seat, Gary. How do you feel about the fact that neither of these children might be yours?
You cheated on me the whole entire time. Jesse brought guys to you because she
you knew what I was doing.
Hang on just a minute. Jesse?
She brought other guys to introduce you to her instead of marriage counseling.
Hang on just a minute. Jessica, what are you saying? You're saying
I didn't bring no guys to her. If she met any guys, that was on her. Don't put me in this. It's your fault you guys ain't together. The one time you did was Xander for her to go to work. What did he do, baby?
It's her fault.
He got she had to come home and take him to the hospital.
Hey, just a minute. What are you saying happened, Jessica?
He wouldn't even watch her children for her to go to work. The one time he did watch Xander, he got a pill, and Angela had to come home and take him to the hospital.
I was at work.
You were sleeping. You were not working.
Bull crap.
Let's talk about the damage to the children. Can we get a picture up on the screen of these two little children who are in the middle of all of this? Okay. All right. So let's be serious here. Let's be serious here. We know, it's not guesswork, we know that with this kind of thing happening around these children, there are a few things that can happen. They'll either end up in foster care, if they go into foster care, even if they don't, mental health services. We know that.
I'm putting my son in counseling.
Already?
Yes, I've already started the process.
Because of that, and Jessica, have you heard him use the language we've been hearing about?
Yes.
There's been maybe
You
one
are
or
full
two occasions that I might have slipped up and called you a bad word, but I did not use them
in front of my kids, and that's full of more than one or two times.
What do you say in front of me? You call me a worthless in front of them.
Angela's hoping they're not your kids. How do you feel about that?
Well, one minute she tells me they're my kids, and the next she tells me they're not.
No,
no matter
I told
what,
you
I'm stepping up and I ain't being a dad.
Do you like her?
I can't stand her.
That's good, because I can't stand you either.
If you are these children's father, what plans do you have?
I have plans to go in for sole custody
and
divorcing her.
Good luck with that. The divorce, please do. Don't pay the money, please.
Okay, can I just say something? That one thing I ask our producers to do is to look at how people are interacting. Now, they noticed something, that the person your son, and I haven't met your two children, the person that they saw your son gravitate towards was not mommy, not daddy.
And Jesse, because Jesse's been doing daddy figures.
Anytime anything happens, he calls me. He wants to come to my house. He wants Aunt Jessie.
Harsher people would say if you two really loved your children, you'd sign over custody to Jessica, but I'm just going to move back from that one. I think we deserve the truth. So we've got the DNA test results, I understand. Who wants to open the envelope, or are we going to have an argument about that as well?
I don't care. He can open it if he wants.
Or should I?
You should.
Yes, I think I should. Down. All right, so this is for three-year-old?
Yep.
3-year-old Xander. Okay, here we go. Okay, welcome, Louise. Now, after the untimely death of her husband, Louise had given up on love until she met this man, Calvin. Now, Louise truly believed he was her second chance at happiness. Well, today, 11 years later, Louise's hope of a fairy tale ending have been shattered by suspicions that Calvin has been cheating. Yeah, and to add insult to injury, she believes Calvin's been taking women on dates to her favorite Mexican restaurant. Listen to her story.
For the last 11 years, I devoted my life to my boyfriend, Calvin, and now I question the whole thing. I think throughout the whole relationship, he's been cheating on me. I know he's cheating because for Valentine's Day, he gave me a re-gifted basket. And let me tell you, I think I deserve better than that. When I lost my husband, I thought I would never love again. Then I met Calvin, and he made me believe that I could love again. A part of me wished that I had never met him. But my second chance at love has been shot to hell.
So, Louise, 11 years you've been with Calvin?
Yes.
When do you think he started cheating on you?
After the first 2 years.
What?
Yes. After
So he's been cheating for 9 years?
Yes, I feel he's been cheating for 9 years.
Let me go through some of the things that women often pick up on. Has your sex life changed at all?
Changed? It's non-existing now.
Oh.
If we do, we have sex. There's a difference between sex and passion.
Yeah.
We don't have any of that.
We don't have any of that.
No, we don't have any of that.
All right. Now, is he secretive about his phone? Often guys who are messing around are secretive about their phones. Anything you've noticed there?
He's very secretive about his phone. He has that little lock-in gear on his phone where you have to go like a Z or X or whatever to get into his phone.
On top of all of this, you're saying Valentine's Day he gave you, what, re-gifted a gift or
yes,
something?
he re-gifted a gift that a female gave him.
And does he disappear?
Yeah, he always disappears. He claims he's going to his mother's house. He stays at his mother's house maybe 10 minutes, and then he's gone for the rest of the time. Don't know that I already called his mother's house.
Oh.
You know.
Has he come back smelling of a different perfume or anything
Before he has, you know. I went to kiss him before, and he smelled like And I said to him, I said, what is that smell? Oh, I sprayed some perfume on me over my mama's house. I said, well, if your mother's wearing that type of perfume, she needs to change it. You know? Well, really, you know.
What are you going to do if you discover he has been cheating on you?
I have forgiven Calvin the first 2 times.
Oh, he's admitted 2 times?
Yes, he's admitted to it 2 times. I've forgiven him, you know. But if I found out now that he's cheating after I've forgiven him, I think we're done. We're done.
Let's meet him. Let's hear what he has to say. Please welcome Calvin.
How you doing?
So, what's been going on?
Fiancé just accused me of everything.
You lie about it.
You make up stuff.
How
it's
do
all
I make
in
it
your
up?
mind.
It is not in my mind.
Yes,
when I
is.
have
It's
proof,
all, you don't
when
have
I
no
have
proof.
receipts, when I talk to them,
You got a receipt
and they
from
know
a restaurant. You got a receipt from a restaurant that I admitted, yes, I went there. I bought some food for somebody.
A female somebody?
I brought some food for a female. They wasn't even in the car. They was at work.
Right, but you left the receipt in the car. At least you could have had the decency to get rid of the receipt so that I wouldn't
see it. I had nothing to hide.
You did? What do you mean you had nothing to hide?
I had nothing to hide.
You shouldn't have been out there giving out no food anyway.
Why? Who said? Is there a law against that?
We are in a relationship. It's my law. If there is any law.
Well, your law is messed up.
Well, maybe it might be, you know, but that's the law relationship. You can't be going out there buying food for another woman.
If somebody asks me, can you bring me some food? I'll give you the money. Is that simple?
Let me ask you about the telephone, your phone.
Okay.
You keep that very secret?
I keep it very secret.
Why?
I'll tell you why. My phone, my wallet, her purse, off limits. If I ask her for some money, I don't go in her purse to get it because that's her personal space.
You know what?
My phone
is my phone.
That is not true. I don't ask her.
That is not true.
I don't ask her who's
my purse at home, or if I leave my phone on the stand, you will go through my phone. But you're not interested in my phone because there's nothing in there for you to see.
Well, that's good then.
That's why. You know, but you won't leave your... We can go to the store, get halfway to the store. Oh, I forgot my phone.
Right.
He about to have a heart attack. We're going to turn around and go back and get that phone.
And that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's mine. I'm going to get it.
Did you go out of town with anybody?
About anything.
Did you go out of town with anybody?
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell me you was going?
I don't think we was together.
What you mean together?
I don't think we was together.
Oh, okay. Your togetherness means... Listen, his togetherness means this. If we have an argument, and I might say, get out.
That's enough for me.
And then...
That's enough for me. You got that right.
Well, why are you here now, then?
I'll tell you why I'm back.
Why?
Because you accepted me back.
I'm interested in a few other things. So how many times have you cheated?
I cheated maybe twice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about the Valentine's Day basket. Did you give that to her? Somebody had already given it to you and you put...
That's crazy.
No?
No.
You didn't?
No.
So you spend a lot of time at your mom's when you go off on the...
No, I don't. I go over there, I do whatever I got to do for my mom, and I leave.
And where'd you go?
I have no destination. There's no way possible I can tell you, like, where I'm going, because I don't know. I just go. This is how it is, Trisha.
On the motorbike?
I'm alone. I've been alone all my life. I don't have no brothers. I have no sisters. I'm the only
11
child.
years of those you went alone.
I go. I'm used to just going where I go. There's no certain destination that I go to. I just ride. Sometimes I ride on the bike and I just ride down the back road.
She's angry because she thinks maybe you're riding on women too.
That's her insecurities. That's her insecurities.
You know what?
Has she ever seen me on the bike with a woman?
You are the one that has given me this insecurity.
No, you give them to yourself.
You've done too much.
We've done too much.
You're doing too much. You know, but you depend on me for everything.
Depend on you?
Yeah, you depend on me.
You for what?
For whatever it is that you need. You know, you depend on me.
I need love and I need sex. You don't give me that.
You get it from everywhere else. Why do you need it from me?
He doesn't? What?
He doesn't?
No.
You know, I don't get no romance.
As you know, last night Calvin sat down, he took a lie detector test. Sitting in our audience is Tim Acosta, our private investigator, and our polygraph examiner. So, Tim, they're going to hand me the questions. As usual, I don't know whether Calvin was telling the truth or not. We're about to find out. So here we go. Here are the questions we asked. We asked you, are you in love with Louise? You said yes. Tim?
The lie detector determined.
For the last 11 years, I devoted my life to my boyfriend, Calvin, and now I question the whole thing. I think throughout the whole relationship, he's been cheating on me. I know he's cheating because for Valentine's Day, he gave me a re-gifted basket. And let me tell you, I think I deserve better than that.
So how many times have you cheated?
I cheated maybe twice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but you depend on me for everything.
Depend on you?
Yeah, you depend on me.
You for what?
For whatever it is that you need. You know, you depend on me.
I need love and I need sex. You don't give me that.
You get it from everywhere else. Why do you need it from me?
As you know, last night Calvin sat down, he took a lie detector test. Sitting in our audience is Tim Acosta, our private investigator, and our polygraph examiner. So, Tim, they're going to hand me the questions. As usual, I don't know whether Calvin was telling the truth or not. We're about to find out. So here we go. Here are the questions we asked. We asked you, are you in love with Louise? You said yes. Tim?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
Anything to admit, Calvin, at this stage?
No,
You're looking mighty sad. We asked you, did you have any type of sexual contact with the girl you bought the Mexican meal for? You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined Calvin was being truthful.
We asked you, is the stuffed animal you gave to Louise on Valentine's Day, was that from another woman? You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined Calvin was being truthful.
Sexual intercourse with the woman who Louise heard you begging to pay off your speeding ticket to. And there was an admission made, Tim.
Yes, there was.
Do you want to make that? Do you want to tell us, or will Tim?
Tim's doing good.
Tim's doing good. So, Tim, what was the admission?
Calvin admitted he did have sexual contact with that woman.
We asked you, in the past 11 years, including the breakups, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than the two girls Louise knows about? Again, Tim, there was an admission.
Yes, Calvin, as well on this question, admitted to having sex with at least 2 other women.
I've been with you long enough to know that when we have sex, we have feelings mentally, physically, and within our hearts.
That's true.
You know, so I know.
That's true.
I know when you are sleeping with someone else, because you know what?
No.
Men cannot fake that.
Let me tell you something.
Okay, let's hear from Calvin.
You know, as you say, you know. But let me tell you something. When all this occurred, we wasn't together.
Then not together. We had broke up for what, a week?
I don't care if it's
2 weeks.
Listen, tell you something.
You know what? You don't do that. But you know what? No, I'm not going to listen because
that's part of the problem right there.
Because if I know that you're not going to be truthful,
I'm being truthful. thought all that was lies, didn't you? You thought all that was a lie, didn't you? But it come out to be truthful, didn't it?
Okay, hang on. What do you want to do? Do you want to be together? Do you want to work on the relationship? You may have to learn to be more soft and forgiving. You may have to learn to be more assertive. It will take a lot of work, but you need to have the will first. Otherwise, nothing will work. Do you want to work?
I got the will.
Do you want to work on the relationship?
I want to work on the relationship with her.
Okay, for me, the ball is in his court. But I'm still going to be watching, so I don't know. That's why I got mixed feelings. Because he's going to do it again. There's no doubt in my mind.
Wherever we be, whether it be in the poorhouse, in the garbage can,
I don't want to be together with somebody living on the bridge.
Well, then you need to be with somebody else.
Well, perhaps maybe I do. I'm not living under no bridge.
You need to be with somebody else.
We'll be right back. Okay, joining me on stage is Jennifer. Now, Jennifer suspects that her husband of 3 years, Robert, is a cheater. And she says she has every right to be suspicious. You see, Jennifer claims she's caught Robert flirting with strange women online and even making plans to visit women in other states. The worst part is that Jennifer says her husband thinks it's all a big joke. So let's take a look at Jennifer's story.
Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a mom. When I got the chance to finally become a mom, it was one of the greatest joys that I could ever have in my life. When I first met Rob, I did think he would be great father material. And shortly after, I had realized that he was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. The day I gave birth to our first son, it did feel like it completed our family. It was just a great feeling, and I was very ecstatic about having him. We were both nervous when we found out we were pregnant with the second child because financially we weren't ready. Things seemed like they would be great, but they slowly started to decline.
I believe that Robert meets the women on social network sites, anywhere between online or outside in the city somewhere.
Rob and I had gotten into a fight. I had bluntly asked him how many times he had cheated on me, and without skipping a beat, he said 6. The very next day, he told me that it was just a joke, that he's never really cheated on me. But now that the flame has been lit, it's out there, and I don't trust him.
If he fails this lie detector test, it's going to be over. As much as I love him, I can't do it.
Wow. Those are your 2 children there. Now, you suspect that Robert has been meeting these women online, yeah?
Yeah, he uses the same social network that I do.
Did he say anything to you about this, or this is just online that you discovered?
I discovered it online.
By the way, how did you and Robert meet?
We met on another social network
online? Jennifer, you've brought him here. You brought Robert here for a lie detector test, so I need to ask you, what happens if he fails the lie detector test?
As much as I love him, we're going to have to go separate ways.
Well, Robert's been backstage listening to each and every accusation, so let's hear what he has to say. Come on out, Robert.
Keep it down.
So we've heard what Jennifer has to say. Your side of things are these women online. Who are they?
They're my friends. They were friends before I even met her.
So why would she think that?
I mean, I don't blame her for thinking it, you know. It's like, you know, when she was, you know, riding me about the whole sleeping with other people things. I was like, you know what? I just got tired of it, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I 6 times or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You just made it up.
Wrong joke, wrong time.
Oh.
Okay?
So any of the women online, have you ever had sex with any of them?
No, I've never had sex with anyone except for Jennifer since I've been in a relationship with her.
And the pornography?
I get ideas from the pornography to use on Jennifer.
Oh.
Right? Come on. Huh? Isn't that what every woman wants?
But she's crying, so obviously this is serious to her.
Roger that.
Jennifer, anything you want to actually say to him?
Speak now, man. Come on, you got me here in front of all these nice people in the whole country.
Go.
Why do you have to hide these things, though? Why can't you be honest? If there's nothing to hide, why not be honest about it?
You forced me to hide things with your paranoia, okay? Here's how it is, okay? I have a lot of female friends. You have a lot of male friends, okay?
Oh.
All right, let's check this out real quick. Do I bother any of your male friends and send them messages saying, hey, man, you talk to my wife, I'm going to come over there and snap your neck or blah, blah, blah,
But do I make
I don't do none of that. I don't do, no. I don't do none of that. I don't bother none of your friends. I don't ask you. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't make plans with my male friends to go meet them out of state, either.
Well, okay, all right.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Because they're my friends.
But why wouldn't you take your wife to meet this friend?
I don't know. She wants to go. I told her she could go.
Did you go to Jennifer and say, hey, look, this friend has said, let's meet up out of state. Why don't you come with me? Did that conversation take place?
No, it didn't. She happened to have found out some other way. I don't know.
But I shouldn't have to ask you to go. It should be something where you invite me to go.
Wrong answer.
Now, you know what? Do you know, okay, let's come to the polygraph test, because that's why you brought me here. You all right, Robert?
Yes, ma'am, I'm okay.
Okay, you're fine. Well, Tim Acosta, our lie detector specialist, he's here. Here's how it goes. I will get the questions that were asked of you, Robert. I don't know whether you said something truthful or not. That's why Tim Acosta is here. Well, let's go through the questions. Let's have a look at them.
Let's do this.
We asked him, do you chat with women on the internet so that you can meet them and have sex with them?
No.
You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined.
I believe that Robert meets the women on social network sites, anywhere between online or outside in the city. Rob and I had gotten into a fight. I had bluntly asked him how many times he had cheated on me, and without skipping a beat, he said 6. The very next day, he told me that it was just a joke, that he's never really cheated on me.
When she was, riding me about the whole sleeping with other people things, I was like, you know what, I just got tired of it, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, I 6 times or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
You just made it up.
Wrong joke, wrong time.
Tim Acosta, our lie detector specialist, he's here. Here's how it goes. I will get the questions that were asked of you, Robert. I don't know whether you said something truthful or not. That's why Tim Acosta is here. Well, let's go through the questions. Let's have a look at them.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, yes. Okay, question number 1. Are you still in love with your daughter's mother?
Nope.
This is the ex. You said no. Tim, what did the lie detector show?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
What's that?
Question. We asked him, do you chat with women on the internet so that you can meet them and have sex with them?
No.
You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
What? Wait, what?
Here's the next question. Did you plan the trip to New York so that you could have sex with a woman you were chatting with?
No.
You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
What? These people are my friends, Jennifer.
Okay, we asked you, do you regret marrying Jennifer? You said no. Tim?
The lie detector determined that he was being truthful.
Since being with Jennifer, have you had sexual contact with any other women?
No.
Tim?
The lie detector determined he was being truthful.
Let's see what Robert had to say about you, Jennifer, in private.
Well, my wife, I can trade her anyway. I have a lady's quick side, It's another reason why I would never Jennifer. I was friends on Facebook. They're too small. I mean, I love my wife.
Anything you want to say?
I love you.
I know you do. I love you too.
We'll be right back.
I am here to prove to my husband, Gary, he is not the father of my children, Xander and Verdi.
At times, I question if the kids are mine because Angela was sleeping around with other guys while we were married.
My son Xander doesn't look anything like Gary. He looks like another guy I slept with. And my daughter Verdi looks like she could be fathered by another man as well.
Angela's always saying I'm not Xander and Verdi's father. I need to know if these are my children. If they are, I want sole custody of them, and I am divorcing Angela.
I honestly hope he's not the father of my children, so I can be done with him, his drama, and he can be out of my life for good.
Do you like her?
I can't stand her.
That's good, because I can't stand you either.
Sadly, as we heard, two innocent children are caught in the crossfire, and I think, if anything, they deserve the truth. So we've got the DNA test results, I understand. Who wants to open the envelope, or are we going to have an argument about that as well?
I don't care. He can open it if he wants.
Or should I?
You should.
Yes, I think I should. Down. All right, so this is for three-year-old?
Yep.
3-year-old Xander. Okay, here we go. I don't know what's in here. Gary, you are the father of Xander.
Now man up and be a dad.
Be there for him. Quit turning your back on him.
What does that mean exactly, Gary?
That means I'm going to step up, be a father, I'm going for sole custody.
What does that mean?
That means to me that I need to be there for him, and we need to establish a relationship.
What happens at 8 a.m.? What happens at 9 or 9:30? Children need a routine. What happens at 10? What time do they have lunch? Every
Her and I got to come to agreement.
Lunch? What time do they have lunch? What's his favorite color? Who's his best friend? Yeah. What are his dreams?
His favorite color is blue.
No, it's not.
Shall we have the next DNA test results? Thank you. What I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, when anybody says you need to be there, I'm going to be a father. It's not a grand, being a mother or a father, it's not a grand gesture. It's the little things. Children need to know when they're going to be fed, when they're going to bed, when bath time is, to be educated and get all assistance.
I took the first step by moving down there with him.
Let's find out with your daughter. Oh, the little girl. Okay, Gary, you are not the father of Verdi.
You knew it all along, Gary.
I did so.
So
that's because she was.
Yeah, okay. She. You two don't like each other. You hate each other.
Yep.
Stay the hell away from each other. Let's get that sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. No, there's a way. There's a way.
We have to establish a relationship for a child.
No. You do not have to, because some people are past establishing a relationship. A halfway place. Jessica, I hope I'm not landing you in this, might be for Jessica to be the handover person for the children, and maybe Jessica to actually stay with the children while they're with you to help you establish some sort of relationship with them. Okay? You don't have to, the two of you see each other. The less you see each other, the better. I think, personally, both of you should get parenting assistance. You too.
Yep.
I've already gave her a piece of paper.
No. You're full of... Okay, all right. I don't believe that he's the only one who uses bad language. I wonder why.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, I know, you're guilty. Okay, here's another fact. Children whose moms have men come and stay over, and different guys, because you break up with one, you get together with another, we know that there's a high incidence of the children becoming mentally unstable, having problems with their own relationships. In the worst case scenario, sometimes those children are victims of abuse that the mother never even knows about, because you don't know the history of those men.
Right.
Okay.
My kids are never left alone with any of them.
No, the kids should not even see those men come and go.
Right.
When they're with aunties.
I agree.
Yeah. And we'll be right back. See you in a minute. On Facebook and Twitter. Take care. Bye-bye.